If ever there was an advert for the DJI mic, this is it. On the beach here, where it's gusting at about 45 miles per hour, I've got the noise cancellation activated on the microphone. I'm going to turn it off now and let you listen to the normal levels of wind and noise blowing across the beach here without noise cancellation. This is with just the normal iPhone native microphone. We can't really use it on a day like today. Now it's 17 degrees Celsius, 63 degrees Fahrenheit right now on this beach. And it's February the 21st. It's still winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, winter in the UK. Yet right now, in our winter, it's warmer here than it is in Orlando, Florida, where it's currently around about 49 degrees and it's only going to get up to about 60. So today, it's madness. Despite this strong wind blowing through the beach, it's warmer here in the northeast of the UK than it is in Orlando. The weather is just the weather's total freakachu right now. It really is. So a few days ago, a funny thing happened to me. There's a podcaster, a UK guy called Chris Williamson, who lives out in Texas now, but he runs one of the most successful podcasts in the world called Modern Wisdom. You might have heard of it. If not, here's his YouTube channel. Now you can see how big this guy is. 3.3 million subscribers or whatever it is he now has. He put a post up on his YouTube channel about a week and a half ago talking about how his podcast was now 7 years old. All I did was commented on it and said, huge congratulations on your success. He's from my neck of the woods. The guy came from Stockton-upon-Tees, which is literally just up the coast here. So it's lovely to see someone who's been as successful as he has been and doing so well on a global scale. So all I did was say, well done, that's an amazing achievement. A day later, I get a response back from him, or who I thought was him, saying, thanks man, really appreciate that. In a cryptic message, here's my digits, which essentially was his mobile number, which I thought was the alarm bells should have rang at that. Why would a celebrity or somebody as in the limelight as he is, why would he share his mobile or his cell phone number, as Americans call it, on YouTube on a public forum? Me being the idiot that I am, I didn't pick up on that fact. I sent him a message saying, hey, this is Ellis, because he actually said his comment on my YouTube post was, I'll be awaiting your response. So I thought that meant he wanted me to contact him, which I did. So I sent a message. A few hours later, I get a response back on WhatsApp saying, hey Ellis, Chris Williamson here, how are things? My mind was blown. I genuinely thought I was speaking to Chris Williamson of Modern Wisdom fame, and then began a 2 or 3 day conversation backwards and forwards where I'd tell him a little bit about my life, he was telling me a little bit about his life in the US. It just seemed like a very, very random interaction to have begun between a non-person such as myself and someone like Chris Williamson who rubs shoulders with A-listers on a daily basis. It just didn't make sense. Now there's a saying which we're all familiar with, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. At one point he asked me if I had any advice for his YouTube channel. What recommendations would I make for him to improve? And I thought, what the feck, this is crazy. I've got 7,000 subscribers and most of them are probably just bots. No disrespect if you are a genuine subscriber. So what can I possibly tell this guy with 8,000, 7,000 subscribers? He's got over 3 million. But I thought, you know what? He's asked me, so I'm going to give it a go. So I sent a response where I gave him some suggestions on what I thought he could do or he could implement if he really wanted to. Not that he really needed to. But I sent this response in thinking, well, it's worth, he's asked me, so I'm going to tell him. I got a response back saying, whoa, I'm impressed. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks. I genuinely thought I was speaking with Chris Williamson of Modern Wisdom fame. Now for me, the red flags should have started emerging a lot sooner than they did. He started saying to me, I must get you on my podcast, when I realised this wasn't real. Why would he interview Matthew McConaughey 1 minute, Jordan Peterson the next, people of this ilk, and then interview me, Ellis from Hartlepool, who's got a fledgling YouTube channel and wrote a couple of mediocre books that did okay? He just wouldn't. So that was the first big red flag that made me think, maybe I'm being scammed here. He told me to download an app called Signal Messenger, which was a little bit like WhatsApp. So I thought, yeah, okay, I can see that. So I did. I downloaded the app and we started communicating on this app. He then sent me a voice note, which was absolutely Chris Williams' voice. I'll play it here.
Hey Alice, hope you're having a good day. And how's Tamara and the girls doing?
You can see why I was lulled in thinking I was speaking to the real person himself. Now my daughter said that's AI generated. I said, of course it's not. Why would anybody go to these lengths just to make out that they are somebody who they are not? Gullible me, fully kicking in right now. Now I've got to be honest with you, I was kind of living on cloud nine for a bit, thinking that I was conversing with a real influencer in the internet, in the world of online celebrity. And I genuinely thought this guy could do wonders for me. Now, because he asked me about giving him advice for his channel, I thought I would see if he would reciprocate and give me advice. So I then asked him what he would do to me. What suggestions does he have for me to improve what I'm doing? Do you like where I'm taking my channel, this advice channel for people my age and older? Should I be doing anything else? I asked. He came back and said he was blown away with my channel. He thought I was giving back life wisdom, which was amazing. He then said we need to collaborate on some future projects. My mind was blown. I thought finally my YouTube channel is going to take off because of this connection with this guy. I had no idea why he was contacting me, other than the fact that the only thing I could put it down to was the local connection, because he was from this neck of the woods. Other than that, zilch, no idea whatsoever. So after 2 or 3 days of him buttering me up, making me feel like I was really chatting with Chris Williamson, me swallowing the bait, hook, line and sinker, he then revealed the bombshell. He slipped up. He asked me, while I was waiting for my YouTube channel to grow big, which it inevitably would, he asked me if I was interested in doing any digital investing. Oh, fuck's sake. I was absolutely gutted. For 3 days I was on cloud nine thinking I'd connected with somebody that was going to make such a difference to my YouTube channel. And then for it to completely unravel spectacularly, realizing I'd been the victim of a potential scam, was just a bitter pill for me to swallow. It's my own gullibility, it was my own fault. If it seems too good to be true, it bloody well is, I swear. Nothing good like that happens in life, it doesn't. Things like this don't happen to mere mortals. I was a lot upset if I'm honest. My 17-year-old daughter told me was being scammed all along. Even my wife was a bit suspicious. I think it's because I wanted it to be true. I wanted to believe that I would made friendship with somebody like Chris Williamson and that he was going to put me up on a pedestal and interview me on his podcast. You know, I hadn't even mentioned the fact that I was a published author. I think maybe that might be where the connections come from. He's seen that I've wrote a book. Maybe we're going to talk about that on the podcast. My idiocy and my naivety on this occasion took me down a foolish path where I very nearly could have committed something stupid financial-wise. But luckily I saw the light. I wouldn't have been that daft to have continued and gone that far. Why would I have sent money to somebody like Chris Williamson to invest in some kind of digital crypto? This scammer thought he'd sweeten me up for 2 or 3 days and then get me to part with some cash. It didn't happen, so luckily I saw the light. But I am a bit gutted that I wasn't really speaking with Chris Williamson, if I'm honest. So that's my fake Chris Williamson story that I recounted with you on the beach there. You just can't script it, can you? So how do I know genuinely that it was a scam? Well, because he started to promote and push digital currency or some kind of digital investment. So what I did was I went back to the original source of contact, which was the Chris Williamson YouTube page, and it was a community post that he'd promoted, talking about it being the 7th birthday of the podcast of Modern Wisdom. And I'd responded to that. He'd responded to me, or what I assumed was him responding to me. But the writing was on the wall immediately. I don't know why I didn't see it. So when I looked at his name, it said Chris M. Williamson, spelt with 2 M's. And there's actually only 1 M in Williamson. But then below that, there was a post from the real Chris Williamson, which was a completely different username. So I'd been duped by a fake username as well. I can't believe I was such an idiot, how I just didn't see it. It's not like me to be that naive when it comes to internet security. But on this occasion, the scammer, whoever it was, very, very nearly got away with it. They were in the US, or they were using a US-based cell number, which made me think it might have been Chris Williamson because he's in Texas. However, the number, when I did a search on it, came back as being based in Western Pennsylvania or somewhere like that. So yes, there you go. That's my fake Chris Williamson best friend story. Because it genuinely seemed for 3 days that we were building a really nice rapport and we were going to become good friends, and I assumed the connection was me being a fellow Teessider, like he was. If it seems too good to be true, it is. That's all I can say. I can't believe I was just such an idiot. That's my story over and done with for today. So thanks for watching if you've watched. The different style of videos I do, whether I'm in my office with my opinions on how to improve certain aspects of your life, or whether I'm out and about doing my e-trips, all this sort of stuff. I just enjoy the whole process of creating content on YouTube, to be fair. And I know, based on what I'm doing, that I'm not likely to build up a good audience, because you are told that you do need to pick a niche and just lock into that and choose one particular thing to do, and so people will get used to the repetitiveness of what you do. But I don't want to do that, because there's different things I enjoy doing. I enjoy this, talking to you in the car, going down onto the beach, doing my office space stuff, and then doing the e-trips, getting out and about. I enjoy the whole process of just recording on YouTube, and I'm not prepared to choose something and whittle it down. If that means that the subscribers or the views will never come, then so be it. But at least I'm being true to myself. Now I will finish with this. Fake Chris Williamson did actually give me some good advice. Whoever this person was, the one thing that they did say after giving me advice on my YouTube channel was stay authentic and be true to yourself. Don't deviate away from being anything other than yourself, which I thought was pretty good advice. And also, don't worry about being monetized. Don't worry about monetization. Because if you go down the whole road of doing everything on YouTube just to get monetized as fast as possible, and for the layman, what monetized on YouTube means having 1,000 subscribers and then getting over 4,000 public watch hours. And if you do that, YouTube will then start giving you a percentage of the ads that are shown on your videos. I don't think I'm ever going to get that, so it doesn't bother me anyway. Yeah, so that was the other advice he gave. Be authentic, be unique, be yourself, and don't worry about monetization. So thank you, fake scammer Chris Williamson, because I will take that. You know, I think that is pretty good advice. I can't believe I was such an idiot. Oh, I'll see you on the next video. Keep wondering and keep wondering. Say bye, Ella.